means you're resting on very fine margins. A clutch here, a pistol early on that we forget about when the map is over. It could mean anything. And you know what, Bit? He turned up on Inferno in his last performance, the best that we've ever seen it. And here he is with Simple, lighting it up on the pistol round already.
Yo, they just take it straight down middle, and it's nothing but headshots.
Over to B when they need a 3B setup. He plays on lane, he plays on arch, and he plays with Simple, which means he has to rotate constantly around that op. And Simple, he likes to move. So because of that, what we've seen is a player who has come onto NaVi with so much promise, and they've given him a lot of responsibility all at once, and he's failed by drastic margins in most of those matches. But then in their game versus Liquid, in a very close match, Bit was a huge part of their success and a huge reason that they're able to take the series.
Simple's been just pinned to the corner. Bit's gonna come out with that MP9, trying to manage it, but sure enough, we've got 2 kills coming in from Astralis. Bomb offered over. Low HP for both Device and Electronic. A chance to recover, but he's about to get blindsided. We've got Boomich now trying to pick up these pieces through middle. Perfecto's over on Library. Oh, Astralis, they could rob away the second round.
Yeah, it's a plan with an extra smoke. Now they know this arch side is kind of clear. They realized that Xyp9x had come through short, so they're still worried about player potentially in the halls. There's one up close on this angle. He takes a big risk by playing out there. It looks like the smoke comes down, and it's a bit late now. Glaive gets spotted in the pit.
But he's got that bomb as he plays the Tech 9 instead. Player jumping inwards, taps at that one. Who's next? It's going to be Perfecto. Huge health advantage, and the gun goes dry. NaVi, wow. They recover it.
With one player. Everybody's going to be upgrading, knowing that the buy is coming here for Astralis. They've got to make something happen on this T side. They put it together with the 2 AKs and 1 Galil. They've got very low utility, but they do have 3 smokes. I think one of those goes out. Okay, this kind of, it doesn't close the doors towards A, but it makes it a lot harder to try to take over the A side, which can be a bit more demanding in terms of utility. With the amount of utility left over, you think Astralis is going to try to find something in between, like an in-between timing, or take a dry peek and try to follow off of that. But it definitely doesn't feel like we've got any kind of full exec on the horizon. Looks like they want to try to test the waters at A. Bracket is wide open for them. We've got one inside the cubby, which could be the strongest spot of the round. They've got one player to take his attention away, and Bit, he's going to have an opponent here to fight, and Glaive the whip back. What on earth was that?
Just smashes him. Bit even hits the headshot, but AK better than. Simple eats a flashbang from Xyp9x, who's supporting this split into the A site. Player on bomb site itself with Electronic, 2 kills from that FAMAS. The MP9's all that's left over here for NaVi. We saw that previous retake just barely slip through last round. Glaive susceptible.
The 2 worst guns that have to come in for the retake.
But if I'm Glaive, I just don't move. 9 HP.
Yep.
Oh, but he does. All right,
Ooh.
He offers the peek.
This does open up the round a lot, actually.
Now we're even. Xyp9x over in pit with that MAC-10. It's the AK on site that could make a world of difference, but it's a split between Zip and Dupree.
To win over on their CT side, and I like to see that Navi's game plan has lead them over to this one position. It was such a strong spot. It was constantly in Glaive's blind spot as an IGL, I feel like, and it's interesting to see it be a part of the game plan now with Navi here on CT side.
Electronic takes to the top of the bicycle. Oh, he's taking spam damage. Down he goes. At this point, do you just cut your losses and leave?
Yeah, it was the idea to stay alive for as long as possible, but, you know, anytime he shoots, he would just instantly get zoned and killed inside of the pit. No odds here for Astralis as they fall back to the B site. Or, sorry, and NaVi, that is, of course. And we'll try again in another round.
Tough spot for NaVi, and a good chance for Astralis to make back some of that money.
Would have been huge, actually, if NaVi could have even forced 1 rebuy here, because, you know, it would have been right up into an AK.
It almost came down to it. Dupree finds an opening headshot. The pistol player's meant to be taken down this time. Does Xyp9x clear his closest corner? No. Oh, but he then goes at it. A little pirouette to try and keep him alive. But, I mean, jokes aside, NaVi, man advantage. Electronic doesn't have armor to go with this AK.
Angle. Oh, he actually falls off there.
And then the CZ comes in. Perfecto.
1 left.
It's all on Magisk. We saw him with a 1v3, and he's going to have to do it again here on Inferno, and he's being wrapped around NaVi with a robbery.
No.
All right, well, NaVi, a couple of creepy crawlers in the corners across this map, and they've got themselves a one-round lead. Can't question it. They pulled it out of thin air, but that's what they did to close map 1. So 5 rounds deep on this CT side. They've got 3 picked up AKs versus the 5 of Astralis here in the 6th.
It's always an annoying thing when you're on the T side and you see that the other team is going 3 players on banana, taking control of it, and you don't quickly go for like a Halls take or top bracket. But still, with some time, Astralis will eventually grab it. They molly out the cubby here. They clear out some of these close positions. There's nobody to smoke this out just yet. It looks like, yeah, they'll finally threaten it. And of course, this will just be a small distraction for the T side as they reroute. Now, Simple here, he's about to reclaim top mid control, which can free up a rotation from Bit to go over towards B if they want to. And we'll see if he actually goes the extra distance. Being a little bit timid. There's only 2 players in the site. If Astralis move fast enough, they're in the money.
Here it comes. No rotate, not even close. Still no movement, and oh my, Boomage, blind as a bat. Perfecto tries to come out, gets a kill with him, but that's a singular kill. Bomb plant for Astralis, and because NaVi weren't even close to come over, no bolstering of that B bomb site means we're tied at 3.
You know, NaVi on CT side on Nuke, they never play without information. Simple is always the guy to go out and get that. He's in a number of positions in one round, all over the place. But sometimes as the opper, he will be the B player, right? I want to see a very complicated itinerary from Simple in terms of rotations almost every single round, whether it's these deep peaks or on top of banana, constantly changing it up in the exact same fashion that we see from him on Nuke.
Well, you know what? Bit kind of has that complicated itinerary. The last time we saw them on Inferno, it was him that was moved all over the map. So we'll see if they can both do it. We'll see if this is going to be costly. Bit, double kill. Stops that bomb. Lays down the incendiary and dives back beyond the balk. Sure enough, Simple at his side.
Oh, that's so much info. And you could see that Perfecto instantly. He's like, okay, well, this is a spot where we know they're light on the banana control with the bomb going towards Halls, but he's not in a position to go and take over control of it. They're down a player. Off shot through the wall. Simple sees him from the balcony. That's just a warning shot, but it counts for damage, whether it's confirmed or not.
Yeah, it definitely hurts. Dupree sent limping back. We've got 2 Ts, the top of mid, Boomage looking for a little bit of information. Still, of course, time for Astralis to move this back to the B site. They've got the utility for a full-blown execute. And because Dupree's so close to death, I mean, maybe he sticks around to Balk, keeps these guys committed, and then we get this other 2-player play towards B instead. And that's exactly what's going to happen, but it's still coming in through a form of a split. If Glaive gets this kill, then suddenly we've got a very precarious spot for Perfecto. Instead, it gets unraveled before the ball ever gets rolling. Smoke down both directions. Perfecto plays in front, and Device gets that kill. Now he can take a chance, but with no teammate nearby, Boomage is going to challenge this, and he stops the plant right in its tracks.
Yeah, good play.
This one fizzles out.
That's actually just a small thing, an individual decision, but, you know.
In a worse situation for NaVi, all things considered, content with the pickup.
That was an insane sequence from Bit in the Halls, right? It totally changes the course of the round. If he goes 1 for 1, I mean, Astralis, like, it's hard to even say NaVi are winning at that point.
So 4v5 round win from NaVi to take the 4-3 lead.
And poor Electronic looked like he was checking radar for a minute there.
We've had 4 rounds go back and forth between these teams. Who's going to stabilize? Who's going to establish that little bit of momentum? And when?
Spot of Hall's control. Dupree likes to go down to the bottom of Boiler and just hold this hard right angle onto the site, like right here. Just sits there and waits for a mistake to be made. Bracket control get taken over. Simple finally going for this re-aggression, and he does punish as soon as Glaive is going to set up for nades. This is going to show him something. A lot about the intentions, in fact.
They retreat off of it. Dupree lingers a bit.
I think they make a little bit of noise, but I don't know if Bit's going to try to rotate.
Well, We saw them come at this B bomb site with few seconds left once upon a time. And they're going to do it yet again. Boomich is boosted up on the cross. Magis is going to take heavy damage. It's all on Boomich. One kill, and he knows Dupree's just down beneath him. Can't find it through the smoke. Still, there is time to plant here. Boomich is going to maintain deep control on coffins. This relegates Astralis to the inside of the bomb site in their entirety. They sit within it. 3 flashbangs for NaVi to try to get this retake, but Device picks up a critical kill, keeps it even. And he's standing fully exposed and taps in. Bit trades.
2v2.
Zipix up high, and that's gonna deny Bit a chance at the retake. Simple tag by the two of them. Astralis.
But that's just enough, apparently. Now NaVi don't have much money to work with. Hog in play. Bit's got a gun. Armor purchase. And it is the full investment, though.
And only one player at the B site initially. So Astralis is going to find this banana control with no resistance. Almost had a chance to drop Perfecto off of it, but instead he lays down his smoke. Slows things down for a moment.
Almost scarier than gun rounds, honestly.
Yeah.
Almost scarier.
Well, if we've learned anything in this series, it's exactly that.
Yeah, you know that the CTs are just being so sweaty right now. You know they're going to deny a certain amount of control. You're never going to feel comfortable. You know they're going to randomly gamble. Oh, there it is. Okay.
Wow.
Bomb gets dropped. A player looking to throw grenades. He does get traded from the back, but again, the intentions are known for the CTs, or for the Ts. It's going to make them somewhat uncomfortable. Magis trying to take the lead here.
Yeah, going for the solo show as the bomb comes over. Boy. Tags Boomich down to 27. Good flash. The pistol of Boomich is going to find the headshot. Now we've got Glaive with that bomb in a recovery mission.
Still up there.
He gets dinked. This is working out wonderfully for NaVi, but can Boomich really hang on? He knows there's another player here. That's both players of Astralis. 10 seconds to spare. Molotov goes deep. Boomich ahead of it, dies to the wall bang, and Perfecto can't wide swing. But Glaive, he's going to get flanked by Bit. There's the headshot. There's the 5th round.
And
3 to 3.
Ecos might not be fair, but a force buy like 4 pistols and armor.
Yeah.
A steep firepower disadvantage.
Your implications there. We got 2 players boosted onto the porch. One of which going to play on the monkey bars. 2 of which on the monkey bars. Grenades come over the top, and it's balcony in question. Electronic dives in. This spot from Simple could catch them off guard immensely. It's, a falling Magis.
Where's his teammate?
Oh, Bit.
Wait, what?
He gets deegged in the middle. The replays will tell us the tale, but so far the A site begins to fall. It's Electronic who has to put the weight of it on his shoulders. He has 3 bullets left in the gun, so good thing Perfecto comes in. Dupree with the deeg. V3. First shots miss, and of course, Boomich in front of him works perfect because then he's sectioned off away from Pit. Yeah, it allows Astralis to find a little bit of footing, but then it's the next step forward that cuts them down.
It's so important, I think, that's something that doesn't get talked about too much, but for the IGLs to have a correct read or two, you know, despite winning rounds, if you have the wrong setup, you might feel lucky or relieved to win those rounds, but for the confidence of the IGL to know the strat that's coming, finally be correct about it, have the setup, and everything goes as planned. Everybody has faith in the IGL. The IGL himself is going to feel rewarded about that. This is, I think, a really, really important part of the game. We definitely see a good call here made for NaVi in that regard. It's not going to phase Glaive, of course, at all, but it does result in the round 1.
Ooh, Perfecto and Boomich. Rock solid B hold. Money being made by the MP9 as well. A single dink seems to come the other way, but
a much better CT side than you could have anticipated from NaVi so far here versus Astralis. Definitely not favored. I would have
again
absolutely given this map over. Yeah, they're just doing the exact same setup. Now, of course, you have the added benefit of just being a good setup, right? Like the only issue, it's not like the Virtus Pro lane setup with someone on the hall on top of the roof like they had earlier, where you can see over top of the arch smoke, so your arch player can just leave if they smoke lane out and go arch. But it's just not something that Astralis are doing very often, so it's not a setup that you want to employ very often. But here versus halls, as we just saw, it's actually quite good. Now, I don't know. I do wonder why they wanted to copy and paste this, knowing they're going to a full rifle again, what the idea is here, and how it'll work versus a round that's not a Halls pop. But significant pressure on both sides of the map. Whoa, hold on.
Big gap.
Yeah.
Intentional?
I don't know, but look at this. We've got Halls and Banana being taken at the same time. They are really confident that NaVi are going to try to get back map control, but they're not. They're not doing it in the halls.
No.
And it's 35 seconds. They're not feeling comfortable. And look who's feeling comfortable. Electronic has moved his way over to the B site, but he's not correct about this read.
Device trying to sell it at the final hurdle. Let's see it, Bit. He's got the back of Zipix and a second follow-up damage. Perfecto shuts down that B play, but Simple, his back is open, and they don't expect this position again. Simple, he stays up top, 10 seconds, and Dupree, he could scramble for the bomb, but he realizes there's just no time. NaVi, with Simple as the insurance policy, sits on this A site, bleeds out that clock, and doubles the round count of Astralis as well. The first event, we saw them.
And that's first through third. This is the finals of the global finals of the culmination of the year.
But again, at the start of the calendar, a strong start for NaVi. And not actually, excuse me, not a strong start. The fact that they have ramped up over the event. There was a period where everybody thought these guys were going down.
Oh, yeah, it was so rough in the first. I've honestly never seen them play that badly in the first 2 days. And their game has just elevated to an incredible level since then.
Boomic gonna eat a couple flashes, still manages a kill alongside Perfecto, who seems to have been flashed in the process. That AK picked up by Dupree. He posts as bomb is planted. We get NaVi crawling over, but I mean, he's held into his angle. Boomic, like a boulder, just locks this in. Double Deagle versus 5, and it's headshot after headshot, kill after kill. Here for NaVi, now leading 9-4 on the...
Can't wait to see the interesting stats that come out of this match. Boomic is 16-5 in this game.
Above and beyond.
Haters, be quiet. NaVi on fire. Electronic pushing through, and he sprays 3 down. And he does so much damage to the third guy that this is already Astralis with hopes waning.
Feels like it's been iced out before it even had a chance to begin. They just wanted to step into the apartments. Interested in window shopping. Shutters closed by Electronic. Still a chance. But how many times are we going to watch Astralis just change direction into this B site to walk into the rock that is Boomic?
It's tough because they haven't even been able to win versus 2 players. No overstacks, no deep control. It's just been Perfecto, Boomic working together, putting up more than 1 kill each, allowing the retakes or holds to be very easy. Simple this time. He's committed over towards the B site. The bomb walks its way back to A. There's just no great options here for Astralis. They're going to give it a chance.
Boomic, he's right where he needs to be. And with his form, he's going to peek. 2 headshots and the third. Boomic stops them all. Boomic, the boulder, barrels forward in that last one.
When's the last time NaVi have had this good of a half versus Astralis on Inferno, CT side? I don't even know. Another kill to open up the round. Simple, he hasn't even had to make noise so far. He's just maintained a positive score line with just low kills, decently low deaths.
But Device with an opening. Smashes Boomic in this one, who's going to have to call from the sidelines for the final round of the CT side. A smoke spam from Perfecto. A position we've seen Astralis in all too often. Footing on the B site with a bomb plant, but a single smoke is all they have to hold on with. We've got the double incendiary for the retake. And NaVi, you know they're going to play this.
Late to the information, Bit will make his way over. They've got a lot of nades to work with. They can smoke Banana out.
That's exactly what happens. Cuts off Dupree. We see him come back, currently walking through it. Plays on the forefront of it. Then the incendiaries are thrown forward, but neither of them are on the money. In fact, Dupree, he cuts down 2, and this could be it. Astralis looking for the 5th, but Simple, he's got that deagle. And it's a close 1v3. He gets all the kills he needs, but it's a round for Astralis nonetheless. And the individual power is...
He's, of course, on the better end of it by the way that he's characterized it, but now he gets the 5th round, the cursed 5th round. So we'll see what happens in this game. It's unclear at this moment. Yes, it's a big lead, but it just doesn't mean anything. For those of you who've been watching this kind of matchup over the years, it just does not mean a lot. Astralis are definitely capable of coming back into this. NaVi know that for sure. Yes, they played well. Yes, they're upper map, but it's a grand final. This is Astralis specialty.
Flash over the top from the CT side, and then the terrorists send one of their own. Bit good trade back by Apps, but Device, that's the clean headshot they need. And you can see how that serves as a trigger. Forces NaVi's feet into this A site. Magis taking a dink. That actually buys a little bit of a timing here for NaVi, but an attack from the back. Perfecto's been cut off from the pack. And Boomich, he's just going to get that bomb plant. So already somewhat of a win here for NaVi. Let's see if they can lock down the post plant. Bit, he's gone unchecked. Magis gets a kill in the middle, but it's Bit with 2, and that's huge. It's low health for a couple of these players. Bit still dodging shots. 4 HP, 4 kills. Has he done enough? Perfecto in the apartments. Glaive with no kit on him. And that bomb's at the halfway point. Glaive, he's sticking this. 5 seconds left over. Perfecto extends. He comes off for the kill, and NaVi 11-5.
No, kick the round off.
Oh, that's got to be a lump in the throat for Astralis.
Sure.
Tough way to lose it.
Very fair.
Early kills, had NaVi scrambled. But it's Bit's big moment. And this is a player who did not come in as the 6th man roster with initial success, but struggles. And we've seen him claw his way back into relevance. Magisk, with a little magic, pops in and takes one with him.
Yeah, that's something. Looks like the execute might continue forward here. Simple bomb, of course, we're watching that. Decides to go back towards mid, maybe throw a flash potentially. There is this pinch from Lane and Arch from the CTs. They throw some nades as well to get info. And of course, this could mean for NaVi one of two things. That Astralis are going to hard rotate, or it doesn't really matter. That even if they do hard rotate, it's better for us to go forward than back. Okay.
He's done it again.
That's an entry, yeah.
The jumping headshots, the name of the game. It's gonna get that bomb in. NaVi now comfortable.
Yeah, I mean, they got the info just in time, but they couldn't do anything with it. They die falling back into spawn. This just means it's, I mean, this just means the next round is just gonna be that much easier, right? Astralis need every little bit that they can get with these pistols, SMGs, whatever. If they're going to mount some sort of comeback, it's going to start by trying to secure an eco out of NaVi as soon as possible.
Respect sticker on this round and get real wild. We'll see. The stakes are high. They don't want any of these riflers to die, but you never know.
Astralis in the Blast Fall Finals faltered to Vitality, having had to play a best of 3 earlier that day versus Big. Said they didn't have enough left in them to win in the second match. NaVi has already won a best of 3 today.
Yeah. And against who other than that very same Vitality. But oh, Device! 2 MP9 kills up here in the apartments. Simple gets it back.
That's pit open though. And
yeah.
TTs are rotating. It's scary as it's 4-3, but there's a good amount of control here for the Ts.
And a testament to the uphill battle that Astralis were fighting this round. Even with Device getting a 5 versus 3 moment off of that MP9, the rest of the team just don't have enough.
Oh.
Or do they?
Wait, there's a Halls flank as well. Okay, now the CTs are getting into better spots. It looks like we've got Graveyard eliminated for the T positions, and Dupree's, he can cause a distraction, right?
Yeah, or that thing sometimes just shoots slugs. We'll see if it can rail a headshot, perhaps into the pit player. There's no way he wins the engagement versus Simple. Xyp9x low HP. Electronic, he's going to take a tidbit of damage. Simple over towards Arch, and there's a player right behind him.
Wait,
what a whip around!
Oh, he heard it. He just reacted. Xyp9x ran onto the site to try to be a good teammate and trade, and Simple just listened.
And there it is. The MAC-10 swap worked out for Dupree. Gets a...
Continues. 3 rounds away from closing this out. Device offing this time around. Electronic taking forward aggressive control to the top of Banana, and lots of pressure. Oof. Glaive gets traded 1 for 1. There's 3 on the site. They might not know. Now the 2 grenades that come late will tell them. But they're botched grenades. They go behind the car. They don't do any damage. And Perfecto will threaten with a frontside smoke. Try to deny them some information.
Really fast first engagement. Information exchanged.
They made the call fast.
Kills traded.
Up on device again.
And a 4v2 towards the A site.
Trained on this angle on Arch.
Easy first pickup for device. No flash, no assistance, no double peek.
They didn't know about it.
Just perfecto popped. Magis to the bicycle. And Simple's gonna get boosted. This could give him an unorthodox angle, but that grenade, nice damage. Still doesn't stop him.
3v3 device. He could be behind an Arch smoke. He's got a very strong line here.
Ooh, but there's a gap. And that gap could work wonderfully. He doesn't see the T drop down. That's bit inside a pit.
They could very easily run into this.
They've got to be cautious with the decisions they make. Bomb plant comes through from Simple. 3 versus 3. And again, with such a little margin of error, do Astralis let this round slip? That save has to be hot in their minds. And with that Molotov right there,
They're just waiting.
it could be enough. They waited out. There's no kit currently on these players. They look to re-engage, another grenade, and that one's on the money. Simple finds the headshot. Now it's all in from short side, and they have to call it off. They have to concede a 14th round to NaVi.
Oh my god, it's actually happening for...
And dignity on the line, because a score like this on Inferno, a map that we have criticized fairly from NaVi, just at even the beginning of this event. It is not Bit at the top of the scoreboard, but he is definitely one of those shining pieces. This is the only map we see him on, and he does it all. Glaive's low HP, trying to play around on Banana for that information, takes more damage and more damage until finally he's forced back, which means NaVi have Banana control off of the back of this utility. But they leave it.
Yeah, they leave it. They clear it out. They mollied sandbags. They spotted it. They start to fall back. The Straw is playing without information. They don't have good guns. Glaive is low. Arch is wide open here. They don't know what NaVi want to do. They're just gambling and hoping it's B.
And they are wrong. NaVi knocking on the door of middle.
Simple, letting him know how much map control he has. And that they are a slave to that information. It's electronic, prying eyes here on the archway. Magisk in jeopardy.
Device and Magis, the last two players to hang on to frag grenades. Maybe they soften away some of the HP of NaVi on their approach. Bit, ooh, doesn't thoroughly clear that corner. And now that's an AK offered over.
Graveyard.
Boomich, he's coming in quick. Gets that kill, device goes down. The A site's crumbled, and all the while, Simple is just unraveling the B hole. This is a 15th round for NaVi, no doubt. 10 map, match, and tournament points. A masterclass on Inferno.
What do you think of Astralis? That didn't perform an 8-round comeback to win their first major, are going to give up when they're down 10 rounds versus a team that they regularly beat, that they are facing now from the upper bracket. You have to be kidding yourselves.
NaVi with that dream run from the lower side, taking a page out of Astralis' book. That is the way Astralis qualified for this global finals. They won the fall finals just a couple months ago. NaVi getting in just by way of points, scraping by across the year to get themselves here. Facing that elimination from every best of 3 following Liquid's loss, and now they have a man advantage in this 5v4.
It potentially begins. Dupree's down.
And they let it stew.
3 players move over. Bomb gets picked up, but they have eyes on B, thinking about taking this back. A nightmare for Astralis again, playing without info.
They let that reality sink in.
Guessing game for Glaive.
He's going to try to get ahead of Electronic at the B site. He's coming in with a bit of utility. That was a good job at drawing the rotate, just like the last round. They're trying to repeat the success. And this time, close corner clear. Bit's going to have a chance to entry in this bomb site. Magisk on Pit. A couple of players line up, but he only takes one. It has to be the Maverick. Right now, right here, 15 seconds, and he dies to perfecto. Glaive and Zipic still with a bit of a chance, but they're not going to stop that bomb plant. It's a post-plant retake instead. Upgrade from the UMP to the AK. $400,000 on the line for this retake. That is the difference. And it's all on Glaive. Low HP for 3. NaVi, they've got it. NaVi have done it. Your Blast Global Finals Grand Champs.